looking at the CXC 2024 January. We're looking at the vector question that comes here. So we are looking at question 10. It says here in the diagram below, O is the origin, OE is 2F, and M is the midpoint of EG. OG is C. So I'm going to put on some arrows. So from O to G here, we got that to be C. And OF is D. So all of this is D going in that direction. So normally when we get these questions, what we want to do is to label the diagram accurately. Now let us see what they want. It says find in terms of C and D in its simplest form, F, G. So they want us to find F, G. So they want us to go this way. All right, so FG, we can find FG by moving from F. So I'm going to just quickly put some ideas here. We could move from F to O, then move from O to G, and we're there. So that's the idea. So F to O plus O to G, and we would have moved from F to G. So we started at F, ending at G. There's a common point between, which is O. So if we're going from F to G, F to O, which is this way, it's going to be negative D because we changed the direction because we got OF, which is D. Now we're coming from F to O. It's the opposite direction, so we have to change the sign. Plus OG remains the same, C. So that is FG. Let's see the other question. So the other question says here that we want to find EG. So we want EG. So our intention is to find EG. So now let's take a look on what EG is. So if we're going to find EG, we're moving here. We want to find this. That's EG. Now, first, we're going to put on some more labels here. Remember that we got the idea that EO is 2 times EF. So what this means is that 2 to 1 is the idea between, is the ratio between OE and EF, because they did say it's 2 times, right? So that means this is 2/3 of D, and this part from E to F is 1/3 of D. So that's the whole idea right there. We're seeing where it's split up in such a way in 3 parts, such that from O to E gets 2 parts, and E to F gets 1 part. So you could see the relationship. So basically then, from what I'm about to do, I want to find EG. EG is going to be me moving from E to O, and then O to G. That's the movement that I'm going to do now. E to O, O to G. Let's put it on. So EG is that I'm going to be moving from E to O plus O to G. Again, you would see that this is where I start, this is where I'm ending, this is where I'm at, this is where I'm going. So you could see them on the 2 ends. Now, EO is going in the opposite direction of OE, so it's going to be negative 2/3 of D, plus OG remains C. That's it. Very much simplified. All right, so we have 2/3 D, right? 2/3 D plus C. Now, if we want to make this into a single fraction, what we're having here, we have negative 2D plus 3C all over 3. There we go. So we could do a quick thing here. 1 times this, 3 times that over this times that. And that could do the trick. So this is a very simplified version of EG. As you could see, want to find OM. OM. All right, so let's take a look. If we're going to find OM, we're dealing with this. So that is our OM. But if I take my triangular walk, I can find OM a number of ways. I could, but I'm just going to take this route. I'm going to move from O to E, then from E to M, and I'm done. So we're talking about finding OM, which is from O to E plus from E to M. That's triangular walk. Also, remember that M is the midpoint of OG. So what is M is the midpoint of EG, she said, right? So that means EM is going to be a half of EG because M is in the middle. Half. So we're just going to multiply EG by a half, right? So that means what I'm really doing here is that I'm moving from O to E, which is this, positive 2/3 D, plus EM, which is a half of EG. And then we simplify that idea. Now let's remind ourselves of what EG is. So we have 2/3 D plus a half of EG. So I'm going to put EG here. Let's go for EG. EG was negative 2D plus 3C over 3. Let's put it. Let me just take a look. Negative 2D plus 3C over C. Negative 3. Very good. So let's just keep simplifying this. 2D minus, when we distribute, so if we distribute this, it's just going to multiply by the 3 at the bottom. So at the top, this is what I'm going to have. I'm going to have 2/3, we have 2D plus 3C. Only the denominator will be changed to 6 because I'm multiplying a half by everything. So 1 times the top remains the same, but 2 times the bottom will give us 6. And then we want to break this down. Let's break this down into a common fraction here. I'm going to use 6 as my denominator. 3 into 6 is actually 2 times. So 2 times 2D will give me 4D. And then 6 into itself is 1 time. So 1 times this will give me negative 2D and 3C. So if I simplify this right now, I'm going to have 2D plus 3C over 6. That is OM. All right, there we go. That is OM. And that's the vector questions. If you want to break this apart, if you want, but this is like a single fraction. This is in its simplest form. It is a single fraction. But I could just show you what else this could have meant. It could have meant 2D over 6 plus 3C C over 6. So this becomes 1/3 D plus 1/2 C. So this would have been, all right, that's OM. All right, there you go. See you next time.